Welcome back to the Hearthstone budget series for the Rise of Shadows expansion. Next class up is Priest, and we have once again, I believe, improved the deck that we've used before, given it a little bit of a different touch, and it's the Combo Priest once again, because once again the combination Divine Spirit Inner Fire is incredibly strong in the budget realm, and in this case we're utilizing the silence mechanic that was brought upon by the Rise of Shadows with cards such as the Dalaran Librarian, and specifically cards that are great to be silenced, like the Arcane Watchers, the Henge Clan Shade Quills, and the card Unsleeping Soul, also very, very important, to create big minions early on that we then can later on buff, or just overwhelm on the board. This deck has a surprising amount of aggro potential as well if you can get the right minions out and silence them correctly. So we're playing one Witchwood Grizzly and one Quartz Elemental, as you can see there. You can kind of pick and choose between those. There's no right or wrong there. You can play two of one, one of each. Kind of play around with it, what suits you best. We like to have the versatility of having one of each there. And also two TrashcanTV's own tech choices. First of all, the Ooze you've already seen in basically every deck that we've played. Weapons are very, very important. You look at Wrench Caliber, Waggle Pick, Spectral Cutlass. Some weapons are vital parts of game plans, and having an Ooze can be very, very important and turn games for you. And JJ already was showing it. Storm and Night, one of my favorite cards in the history of Hearthstone when it comes to playing the Combo Priest. I've played this card in Combo Priest over a year ago because it works so well with the Divine Spirit Inner Fire combo. If you put one shield, two Divine Spirits, and an Inner Fire on, it's exactly 10 mana, that's 28 damage. That's a lot of damage, and as a charger, that's very, very valuable in this specific deck. So if you need that late game push, say you kind of stalled out with your silence aggro strategy, and you start accumulating those buffs, and you can't really stick a target to put them on, then the Storm and Night can win the game later on. It's kind of the Leroy Jenkins, but better. And speaking of Leroy Jenkins is a possibility to play in this deck, but personally I'd say go Storm and Night. If you have a Leroy, you can put him in, try him out, but I would not recommend crafting a Leroy or any legend for that matter for this deck if you can play it the way that it is now. It really doesn't need any. So one of the most budget friendly decks for sure, because it doesn't really not require much to be the best version of this deck. So we're gonna hop into some games with this and see what we can do. Alright, we're facing a mage, so we're thinking Khadgar probably?
Yeah, Khadgar Dragon Mage seems like the most popular choice.
That's by far the most popular mage. You want to keep the Arcane Watcher?
I think so.
I do like it. We need to
keep Inner Fire?
I'm not sure if we keep Inner Fire. I think we don't. I think we draw into it. So with Arcane Watcher, we definitely need a Silence Activator. Noshai Cleric is okay.
Ooh, this is actually looking pretty nice.
It looks like a decent curve to start off.
If we get Librarian on 4, we're really well off.
And there's Librarian, alright. It's looking good so far. Our Ancient Watcher, Arcane Watcher, there's some good silence targets for sure.
And also, really good card, Faceless Rager. Of course, you don't want to silence it, obviously.
Yeah.
But Faceless Rager, just for having an Arcane Watcher out, has the same stats, basically.
Correct.
And he can attack.
He can attack, yeah. Faceless Rager in this deck, very, very good. Also in Arena, sometimes a very good card, I find. Not as consistent as maybe your Chillwind Yetis, but it's a very good card for sure. Do we just put the Arcane Watcher down?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, just put it down.
Does allow him to draw cards with the Acolyte, but
tough to prevent that.
Right now we got some really good tempo going next turn.
Yeah, we might have to start and try just out tempo him in the beginning. You put the Librarian in between and kind of go for the gusto there. Yeah, it seems to be very much the Khadgar Mage. Book of Spectres, strong indication of that. Oh, his Power of Creation's gone. That's good. It's a good sign.
Ooh, that's...
He's definitely fishing.
That was a poor draw then, if he needs to draw more.
Definitely fishing. So
that looks very winning already.
It looks Librarian.
First of all, we're killing the Acolyte.
And probably heal our own.
That's definitely an option. But the point is, he's gonna overdraw. That's nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just hitting.
We heal our Noshai Cleric, draw ourselves on a card.
Next turn, if he doesn't remove anything,
burn his Khadgar, okay, Rival Bouncer.
Because Divine Spirit Inner Fire for 12 on the Arcane Watcher is huge already.
That's already winning. MC attack. Okay, Librarian I can live with. Definitely
more importantly, without.
Exactly, I can live without. Not the end of the world.
Divine Spirit Inner Fire is 12, 16, 17.
He's already given us the well
2
played.
off. With the charge, it is...
Well, we can't put it all on there.
Charge Inner Fire 10 and it's 15. I don't think we can win right now, but I think we can push so close to...
I think we push for lethal with Divine Spirit Inner Fire on the Watcher, because we still have the 2 charge in the bag. And we're asking him to kind of find a heal and clear the board. So we smack all that.
Do we smack everything, or do we...
I think we smack everything.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
No reason not to, right? Because we're leaving exactly 2, so...
Do I coin out the 5-12?
I think so. Like, turn 6, board clear, Blizzard loses to the Storm Knight.
They don't have board clears. Because they're horrible focus vectors.
Even if they did, then yeah, but he needs to find the whole taunt thing, basically. He needs to find the Grave Horrors. And that's not looking like it. No,
it's also tough to remove 24 health on the board, and even that wouldn't be quite enough.
His line was Mountain Giant into the Grave Horror, but yeah, no moss. Good win.
So now we saw how we can win with a good amount of early aggro and just building the board and using the Inner Fire thing aggressively. Maybe we're lucky and we can show off how this works as an OTK.
I feel like we might be in for a control-ish idea here. I definitely like the Librarian Watcher combination.
Yeah, I think we're gonna drop the Shade Cool, hoping to get a 1 or 2 drop.
Yeah,
Cleric we can't play the Librarian on 2 if we have other stuff.
Yeah. A lot of times, the general rule of thumb when you're playing Priest is Northshire Cleric is a fantastic keep. But we have 2 big minions that we can silence.
We have the same idea as last time, minus the Cleric.
So Rover or Towncrier likely. There we go. Yeah, Warrior is...
I strongly prefer Towncrier, actually, because it doesn't give him armor.
Warrior, just like Mage, is decently predictable in this meta. It's gonna be bomb control sort of ideas. Usually not much else there.
I generally almost always prefer bomb as an opponent, and also we have an ooze.
We do have an ooze.
Nobody expects the ooze.
So let's go Ancient Watcher. We have the Unsleeping Soul on hand, which is really good.
That could have silenced there, but I don't think that's necessarily necessary.
No, that's all right. We can Librarian either Librarian next turn or even Unsleeping Soul.
Honestly, I just like Librarian.
I do too.
Does the double silence, and it still keeps all of our other options on hand. And we get a clean kill on the...
Unsleeping Soul would give us another 5/6 that can attack.
Not this turn though, because it's summoned. It has summoning sickness anyways. I think Librarian
Let's put
is
Librarian in.
Do we now draw as well?
Yeah, I think we definitely kill the Rover.
Do we draw?
Yeah, we draw. And hit. That's fine. Putting some big stuff up. See if you can deal with it. He's probably looking for, if not holding on to a
One
brawl.
advantage to drawing is that Unsleeping Soul is now a bit of an awkward play if we put it on the Watcher. The Arcane Watcher.
The Arcane Watcher.
They're both Watchers.
Because the health goes down again.
Yeah.
We can hold it. We should definitely hold the Ooze until we can figure out what it does. Either Super Collider or Wrench Caliber will provide good value for that.
I mean, Super Collider is the insane value variant almost. But Wrench Caliber is, of course, the one that tempo-wise might be better in the short term. Also, the Delran Librarian is really nice against Super Collider because it always
sits in the middle.
Puts a small minion in the middle of 2 big ones.
It kind of forces you to play around Super Collider in a way. So there's weapons partially. Even that can be out-tempoed by the Ooze. If we don't have a better play, surely why not? Okay, then comes a Shield Slam. That makes sense.
Giving the Warrior a little identity crisis with the Weapons Project Ooze combo.
Looks a lot like the Control Warrior, the full control variety.
Ooze, yes, no, maybe.
I absolutely like Ooze Cleric Heal, right?
And I guess we heal the Librarian.
We could also heal the Watcher. Let's think about Warpath lines. He Heal the Watcher so it survives Warpath for sure.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
You can hit face with the weapon.
Oh, right, yeah, we have a weapon.
We have a weapon. The rare
We're
times.
not the usual priest.
The rare times, no. Priest, fun fact, Priest used to have a weapon once. No one played it. It was terrible.
It also had 0 attack.
Yeah, it's 0 attack.
Like that tells you how much priests do weapons. Priests and mages, they even when they have weapons, they don't have attack.
Yeah, I had it once. There's the Ziliax. Alright, lifesteal is spared, so that's a weird reach. But we have a decent, yeah, exactly. Decent attack into that one. We can make Ancient Watchers, exactly. And just keep smacking it. You know, now you can heal the library for sure. And both Ancient Watchers survive triple Warpath. And Brawl seems important. It's also going to be a very, very key aspect of this game as to how early he can reach his Dr. Boom.
Yeah, Dr. Booms can swing.
Very, very important. Yeah, if you can get it on 7, he usually has good chances.
7 armor alone wins you.
Yeah, one of the strongest cards in the game so far. So much so that it's basically considered a regular keep in Warrior on the Mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, I've lost to Dr. Boom coming off of Elysiana once.
Yeah.
Because I'd hit him at 1 health and I would have won otherwise. Soul or Knight? Knight is a bit aggressive.
Yeah, why not Soul? Why not
because
Soul?
we
don't have
want to keep the Knight for
fire.
potential OTK.
So, I think just heal face and go, and smack, right?
Yeah, smack with our face as well? I guess, right?
No need to, actually.
Because the idea is, if you use a second project, it's more value if we hit him, but we also want to potentially keep it to trade off him against a minion. It's generally the last hit of a weapon is worth more than the first two. So.
There's something we can trade it with, so...
Yeah.
To me, that decision is now justified.
Definitely.
Otherwise, that makes some weird Pyromancer turn. Doesn't seem too great, so... Definitely makes sense. Faces Rager is good play. Yeah, just put it on there. And yeah.
What do we heal? Our opponent is damaged.
Yeah. You do not heal your opponent's face when he's damaged. If he is not, then you heal your opponent's face.
Definitely.
That's rule number 0 of playing Priest Club. You have to remember that. Very, very important. Scrap Hound is in there by design. He played that by himself, so that's a good choice for sure.
We can, if we want to be an asshole about it, we can silence it, but I don't think we need. I mean,
I kind of want to.
Are we one off lethal? Is my math correct?
You have Storm and Night, Spirit Inner Fire, right? So yes, you are. I think we do that, and I think we also silence the Scrap Hound because I just want to avoid magnetic bullcrap.
It's still a mech.
Oh right, it is still mech. It's still a mech. Yeah, so we have to silence it. No, but it does. It silences the effect.
Yeah,
that's the important part. That's the important part.
But he can still put. Oh no, he doesn't have Ziliax anymore, right?
No, but that's the important part. So we do exactly that. What's your line? If there's, but boom is not enough.
Hero power boom. That's.
Boom's not enough. Warpath with execute is not enough. Omega Assembly, what does he need?
Yeah, it was about to say huge taunt, yeah.
But Safeguard doesn't win. Still not enough.
No, but that's kind of the kind of thing that he would have won.
So Storm and Knight, second time in a row, Storm and Knight coming to the win. We have a rare Madame Lazula encounter.
I think that is the first time in my life that I've seen a Madame Lazula hero in person.
JJ's life.
Just
also been only possible for like a month or so.
Yeah, and no one plays Priest. I mean, I'm sorry, but it is the weakest class.
So do you wanna? That is true. But this deck is doing fine so far, which makes me think we might have a mirror on our hands. Maybe someone has been
I think the
knowing what we do.
Not sure if it's the most popular one or the most winning one is the Nomi Miracle Priest, but by a small margin. I think we dropped Shakepool, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because we still don't have a 1-drop.
Okay, there's Grizzly pulling an appearance.
For the first time today, we've got a bit of a slower
There's a 1-drop.
Never mind, I'm lying. We got a fast start.
We're priests, okay? The power of Jesus is with us. And in all of our draws.
It's the holy light.
The holy light. Isn't that kind of the same thing?
Yeah, in Warcraft 1, humans were just straight up Christians.
Yeah.
They kind of reflavored it a bit later on.
Very Western-centric, dare I say. Yeah, it looks like a decent curve still. Faceless Rager.
I mean, again, Faceless Rager almost always has 5 health.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many 5 health minions in there.
Into some pressure. And that's a good Rager.
5, sometimes 6 with the Watcher.
Yep.
We just top decked the Rager. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
What we have
all
we've
the
done
choices, all the choices. That's the best. All right, there is a Shade Quill, so we know what definitely what we're up against here. Do you want to just second Rager, power shield on one Rager to play the second Rager?
Oh.
Play to the right of the other Rager. Yeah, because we don't want to have to silence one of them later. Either way.
I'm a rebel.
Either way. Just don't put it to, like, pro tip, in that case, why I'm saying that, don't put it to the left of the Ancient Watcher, because you have to later maybe play Librarian, and then you can't avoid silencing one of the Ragers, which you don't want, so those, like, the board placements you'll figure out after a while. Just play with your strategic in mind.
Describe yourself in 3 words. I am a rebel.
Correct. Wonderful.
What do the cards say?
I'm bad at counting. Also strong.
The interesting thing is, if we lose, that still proves how good the deck is.
Yeah.
Master Spell is definitely a valid
Master Spell
option.
is valid, yeah, with the Ragers for sure. Would have been better with Wild Pyro, maybe.
No, but the idea also is that, depending on what you're facing, there's a lot of taunts and lifesteal and that kind of stuff. It's definitely a worthwhile consideration. We didn't find the spot where...
He did silence our Watcher, though, so appreciate that, I guess.
I guess we
play the Grizzly.
playing the Grizzly.
Play the Grizzly. It's a taunt, so you can't pull the combo, we go face. Put him at 10, you know, the life. There we go. Describe yourself in 3 words. No. Oh, there's a lot of good ones for that.
Oh, that feels bad.
It's fine.
Okay, we don't have that many enemy silences. As a matter of fact, we only have 1 silence, which is the only thing that we could
Which would win.
use to get us around there.
Inner Fire would also win.
Yeah, we don't have a way to draw. Interestingly enough, we have a way to take out the Shade Quill, which would also then kill our Ragers, though, which is a bit... Actually, no, we can hit the Ragers in, summon the Wild Pyro, and then Divine Spirit once to kill the Shade Quill if we want to. That still
Store some health to us, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think let's do that.
We could also keep more stuff alive, but I don't think that helps much.
Oh wait, you want to hit the Watcher in, then play Wild Pyromancer and Circle of Healing? I mean the Rager still dies, so no, hit the Rager obviously. Oh yeah, I miscounted that. He said that one. So now you hit face, you play Wild Pyro, you Divine Spirit, the Rager, and then heal the Rager. The Watcher, obviously. Yeah, that's correct. Keep lethal on board, you know.
Yeah. Worthwhile consideration would have been healing the Pyro, in case he has something like the Pyro himself. Going a bit more aggressive on the high-end stuff there. Stegatron
Ooze definitely not what we
seems
want.
oftentimes like a worse Grizzly.
Yeah. Do you wanna heal the Pyro, coin Divine Spirit to take him out? Kind of keep it going?
I mean, that seems like an idea. Because we kind of have to keep clearing.
You have to do it in that order so the Wild Pyro can trigger twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea is heal, hit.
Just coin Divine Spirit, doesn't matter. I think Divine Spirit first so the health goes up higher. So coin Divine Spirit, then you hit. And then you can even circle after.
Why don't we just... Why don't we go through all the hoops? Why don't we just literally hit both in?
Oh, we can.
As a matter of fact, then it was stupid that we healed the Pyro, but... Because we don't need to Pyro spells for 2 extra damage when the Pyro dies anyways.
Do you want to circle or just ooze?
Ooze for sure.
Yeah, maybe circle's correct.
Circle is still...
Let's just think for a second. What would beat circle? A Stegatron does... I don't think... Yeah, you can circle, but you don't have to.
I don't think we will, because right now the idea is that if something else takes damage, or if we draw...
Does it deal 5 direct damage with the Silence Priest?
Holy Fire is the one card.
With the Silence Priest. The answer is no.
Generally no. I think Holy Fire is...
Storm
if you want to go
Ignite,
really
Inner Fire.
OTK heavy...
Oof, Katrina Muerte. So, begging for that taunt. But it's... Oh god, it's a taunt. Wow, dude, he really got that? That's crazy. Alright, do you want to Arcane Watcher?
Yes.
And then silence it.
Yes.
Alright, let's do that. If we heal the Ancient Watcher, then we can hit it in without it dying.
Yes. I think we can just heal, circle, pass.
Heal, circle, pass seems very dubious.
Yeah, but we can't kill anything.
No, but we can.
And he has healing himself.
We can start hitting it.
Okay.
You know, because our guy doesn't die, so we need to punch through it. Question is, does the ooze hit? So, if the ooze hits, he stays at 5. He heals 7. Maybe not the ooze. Maybe not. Maybe this is correct.
Right now, we're looking at a situation where we would have liked to have a Master Spell.
Yeah, Master Spell, even just a silence would be fine. Problems will arise if Muerte starts pulling more taunt minions, though.
That's why Master Spell would have been
That's when it's
the
going to be
answer
problematic. So it's not really a full, like the silence combo idea that we're playing. It's a resurrect package there.
It could also be a full-on resurrect priest with like the gallery idea.
Yeah. It looks a lot like it with this one for sure. Shade will make me suspicious.
Oh yeah, no, it's War Priest.
Shade will make me suspicious though. Oh, there's another taunt. I think this is it. I don't think there's a way through this. Because Master Spell would kind of be the play.
We can definitely get rid of the Muerte.
But too much taunt. We're not going to push through that. Because we can't cheat through it.
We definitely can't cheat through it, no, that's true. I guess if we are doing that, we kind of have to get rid of some stuff first. This is a bit weird.
What are you trying to do anyway? You're going to circle? The Vice Spirit circle? No, but like, look at the board. We have nothing.
Oh wait, the circle first. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we have nothing. It's over. It's over. So yeah, I think that we were close there with the last one, but did not quite get it. First ones were fine. The last one we kind of missed that last push. That kind of that Storm and Night. You know, we didn't have Storm and Night.
The idea here is that this deck is built a bit more aggressively than some versions.
Yeah.
And it's definitely valid, even in Silence Priest, to run the Master Spell. Mm-hmm. And
I'd recommend one copy. If you're gonna run it, run one copy and have a good reason for it.
Also, second Silence is possible. And then these kinds of matchups, as well as sometimes Control Warrior, if they get their big stuff out, definitely becomes easier. You do have to sacrifice some of the early game aggro, though. Which seems like the strength of the deck right now.
Yeah, there's not that much taunt in the meta for me to justify Master Spell, so if you're gonna put it, you need to have a good reason to do so. I'd much rather put the second silence.
No, I'm saying sometimes it's helpful. I don't think it's helpful often enough to warrant.
To warrant it being included
if you
in the deck.
do build it like that, put probably a second Grizzly instead of the Quartz, because then you're really going less of the mid-range-ish aggressive silence strategy and more of the control-ish OTK strategy.
Exactly.
So you gotta slow the whole deck down a bit, but I don't think that's necessarily the strength of the deck.
I think the strength of the deck is versatility for sure. Like you've seen, Stormwind Knight is a very, very good tech card. Again, though, don't overdo it on that. So it's what it is. It's a tech card, right? So I'd recommend one copy. And if you're gonna go 2 copies, you obviously have to take something else out that might be a more vital part. So don't go thinking I'm gonna put 2 Stormwind Knights and maybe take out like an Ancient Watcher because it didn't show up that much, or I'm gonna I'm gonna take out the big stuff or the shake wheel, right?
You can clearly see how the Ancient Watcher taking that out would have been a horrible idea because we've drawn it almost every game.
Very important. Very
And-
important.
Of course, we only saw one each game. But if we only had one, we would have only seen half as many in total.
So I'd recommend, I'd always encourage playing around with decks, trying stuff
for
out,
sure.
like several cards. We gave you some ideas of what to play around with, what to try out. You should probably not touch the foundation of the deck too much, which is the silence package and the overstated minions package that need to be silenced. Also, of course, stable cards like obviously Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, like the Cleric, and to a degree the Acolyte. Yeah, Rager, obviously the Acolyte of Pain and Wild Pyromancer package. But you can, other than that, you can try some stuff out. There's like 4 to 5 slots in the deck that are definitely open to some ideas. So if you have any very good ideas, then let us know. Maybe you have some experience playing this or a slight variety of the deck. Then let us know. But also go ahead and try this out for sure. It's super, super cheap. One of the cheapest ones we've ever covered. There's not an epic card there. There's not a legendary card. And honestly, it doesn't really require an epic or legendary card to become much better.
Leroy's worth trying, but I don't think it's gonna be worth it because at the end of the day, you don't have any synergy with Leroy.
No.
So the only thing you want to do is, if you're 6 or less off, just hit once.
Hit Leroy, yeah. And in that cases, most of the time, you can do that with the deck by itself. In this case, Leroy wouldn't have done anything with Taunt.
Dormant Knight, Inner Fire, 5 mana, 1 less damage. And that is one more card as well, but oftentimes you will have something that you can buff, much rather than having that one push like every 10 or so games. You'd rather have, the 12 health Grizzly for a crazy combo every 4 or 5 games.
Exactly. So yeah, if you make some experiences with this deck, which I encourage you to do, it's very, very cheap. You probably already have most cards, and if not, you can easily get there very soon. Then let us know your experiences. We always appreciate comments. It helps us out a lot, knowing kind of the feedback that you guys are giving us and the attention the video gets from it, so we do appreciate that. Leave a like too if you enjoyed it. Very simple way to let us know that's good content. And if you want to, you can go join our Discord. If you want to go talk to us directly or our community in the Discord server, which is the best community in the world for sure, best Hearthstone community ever. So really fun every day. You can go join. The link to that is in the description, as well as to some of our other budget decks, which you can go check out. We've done the Shaman or the Druid if you're looking for a very, very aggressive option. If you're looking to play Control on a budget, that's also possible. Check out the Dragon Warrior that we built. And stay tuned, maybe subscribe to the channel for the rest of the budget series. If you're very new, check out the Beginner's Guide and have fun playing Hearthstone, and let's get better. So we'll see you in the next video. JJ.
That's it.
That's it.